So there's been a lot of great men's fragrance releases so far in 2023, and I bought some truly fantastic fragrances. In this video I will show you 11 of my favorites. These are all bangers that will make any man smell crazy good. Hi, welcome to therottenrebel. Before I begin, please do drop a like on this video. Thank you, I really do appreciate it. And make sure you hit that subscribe and that notification bell. And make sure you comment with your favorite men's fragrance releases so far this year. So first up, we have a flanker to a fragrance I feel is very underrated. And it's also very different compared to the original. This thing opens up with a very smooth and soft kind of freshness that unfortunately fades away just a bit too quickly and dries down to this truly amazing, super smooth, balsamic kind of vanilla that's ambery in a fantastic way. This is all about vanilla. It's super ambery and it has a fantastic warmth and shine to it, and there's a soft woodiness underneath it all. The vanilla, its extreme amberiness and how insanely smooth it is really what makes this so addictive to me. This is Prada Rossa Ocean, the Eau de Parfum, and if you love the scent of vanilla and if you enjoy balsamic, super smooth, sort of a creamy fragrances that are quite ambery, then this is a fragrance you really need to check out. This is definitely, at least according to me, one of the best men's fragrances released so far this year. So next up, a fragrance I did a review of, and I believe I gave it an 8 out of 10. So I really liked it. As you can see from the dent I put into it, I've worn it quite a bit since then. This thing really makes me smile. This is Paco Rabanne 1 Million Royal, and it's basically a vanillic and woody combo that's sweet. It definitely has a fantastic dose of sweetness to it and a hint of smokiness and a bit of spiciness. I just gotta spray more. So good. This is a banger when it comes to compliments. And while it's not a weak fragrance, I do recommend spraying more so that you get a more sort of intense dose of its sweet bubblegumish kind of scent. And that part of this fragrance is really what I'm insanely addicted to. Definitely one of my favorites this year. So the Armani Acqua line of men's fragrances is one I enjoy a lot. And the next fragrance is the latest flanker, and it's also one of my favorites. This is without a single doubt one of the best in the Acqua line of men's fragrances. This is Armani Acqua Parfum, and I'm gonna link to my first impressions of this above, so please do check it out. This to me sort of continues in the same direction as the Eau de Parfum, in that it feels like a minimalistic version of Acqua It has a very clean version of that Acqua marine kind of freshness, and it's aromatic and a bit woody. This is another one that just makes me smile. This is fresh and clean, aquatic, in a way that just works. And if that's something you enjoy in fragrance, then you really need to try this one out. Next up, a fragrance that opens up bright, spicy and almost sort of fizzy, and dries down to become a fantastic vanilla with lavender and a bubblegumish kind of sweetness. It's a bit warm but not overly so. It's definitely ambery, a bit spicy and slightly smoky. This is so good. This is Valentino Born in Roma Intense. And that combination of the vanilla, the lavender and that bubblegumish kind of sexy sweetness is just so damn good. This is a mass appealing, sexy compliment getter that you just can't go wrong with. This is definitely one of my absolute favorites in this line of men's fragrances, and I really need to do a comparison of all of them. It might just be my absolute favorite. Next up, a fragrance I truly enjoy wearing, and the more I'm wearing it, the more addicted I'm to it. It's slightly warm, quite ambery. It has this fantastic dark chocolate-ish kind of scent to it with vanilla and a sexy dose of sweetness. This is so good. This is Carolina Herrera Bad Boy Extreme, and this thing right here is definitely my absolute favorite in that line of men's fragrances. I'm going to link to my bad boy comparison video above, so please do check that one out. This is one of my favorites this year. So next up, a powdery vanilla. And before you say not another powdery vanilla, I think there's quite a unique touch to this one thanks to its fruitiness. So its fruitiness is that of the manica fruit. So I'm not a manica fruit expert, but thanks to this line of men's fragrances, I feel I absolutely love that fruitiness from the manica. So it has a unique kind of fruitiness, and I also feel there's a bit of uniqueness to its powderiness as well. This is the fantastic. Come on, this is so good. This is so good that I also put quite a dent to it. This is Hugo Boss the Scent Magnetic, and if you enjoy or love powdery fragrances, if you love the scent of vanilla, then this is really a fragrance you need to check out. The fruitiness of that manica and how it's combined with that powdery vanilla is intoxicating, quite unique, and yeah, this is definitely, at least according to me, one of the best men's fragrance releases of 2023. The new YEDP Intense opens up sort of a fresh, bright and spicy and dries down to a mostly woody scent with a bit of soft lavender and a slight hint, just a slight hint of something that is sort of earthy. The opening, so good. The opening has something quite unique, at least according to me, quite unique about it. And the opening is also something I find quite intoxicating and addictive. There's something in that opening I absolutely love. This is mass appealing a la YSL. This is one of the best men's fragrance releases so far this year. I absolutely love it. And if you want a fragrance that you can use throughout the year to pretty much any occasion that most people will most definitely think smells really good, then make sure you try this one out. So next up, a men's fragrance I believe a lot of people will dismiss because of the bottle, but I also believe that you will be missing out if you do just that, because I think the juice inside is really good. This opens up in a spicy and slightly fresh way and dries down to this fantastic blend with vanilla and lavender with a bit of soft woodiness and a hint of something slightly earthy. This thing right here is Paco Rabanne Phantom Parfum. I'm going to link to my first impressions of it above, so please do check it out. This is vanilla with a very addictive touch of lavender, a bit of soft woodiness and a sexy dose of sweetness to it. This is so good. Do not do the mistake of dismissing this just because of the bottle. The original Phantom is a very underrated men's fragrance that's also quite the compliment getter, and this Phantom Parfum is even better than this one right here. This is one of my favorites this year. Now I would love to know if you tried Phantom Parfum and your thoughts on it, so please put that in the comments. Next up, a fresh men's fragrance, and its freshness is something I feel is quite unique, and I believe I've only experienced that kind of freshness in my 3 freshies from Kenzo. This is Aquatic Fresh. It has a soft woodiness to it, a floral side that goes perfectly with the rest of the notes, and it's a bit musky. This is Kenzo Homme EDT. So good, Kenzo Homme EDT Marine. And if you ever smelled the EDT Intense, then think of this as a super light version of that one. It still has that fantastic, super unique aquatic kind of freshness, but in a much lighter way. I like the EDP a lot. I absolutely love EDT Intense, and I like this one a lot as well. This is a scent that to me is quite addictive, and I have no idea what Kenzo is putting into their fragrances. Other brands should do the same, because even though this is a super light kind of aquatic freshness, it lasts a long time. This on my skin lasts super long. This just makes me smile. This is a fantastic scent. And if you are looking for a truly unique kind of aquatic freshness, then you really need to check this one out. So all of these are my favorites. I think these are fantastic fragrances. These are all bangers. But the next one is probably one of my favorites out of all my favorites, if that even makes sense. So much like Valentino Born in Roma Intense, this one is also focused on the combination of vanilla and lavender, but I do feel they are quite different. This is basically all about vanilla with a fantastic dose of lavender, a touch of honey, a bit of warm soft tobacco, and everything being quite sweet. This is Jean Paul Gaultier. Jean Paul Gaultier, pretty damn sexy. This is another banger from Jean Paul Gaultier. This is Jean Paul Gaultier Le Mal Elixir. I need to stop saying Jean Paul Gaultier. This has that sexy, fun and playful vibe you can find in a lot of fragrances from Jean Paul Gaultier. And I think this is one of the best men's fragrance releases so far this year. Try this one out. I think this is a fantastic scent and it's one of my favorites. So next up, a fragrance that's part of the Givenchy Gentleman line of men's fragrances. A fantastic line. The latest addition to that line of men's fragrances is a bit different though, since it doesn't have that sort of a classic Givenchy Gentleman powderiness to it. But I think this is a fantastic fragrance. This is... This is Givenchy Gentleman Society, and it's all about a fantastic dose of vanilla, a super smooth dose of woodiness, a touch of florals and a bit of vetiver. I like Society even more now than when I bought it, and I think the way they combine the florals with that vanilla and that smooth soft woodiness is just fantastic. This is classy, it's elegant, you will smell good for sure, and this is without a single doubt one of the best men's fragrance releases so far this year. Please comment if you tried any of these, and I would love to know which is your absolute favorite men's fragrance release this year. Like this video, thank you. Make sure you hit that subscribe, make sure you hit that notification bell, make sure you check out the videos over there. Oh yes, and I'll see you in the next one.